Creative agencies charge upward of £10,000 to build cinematic 3D scrolling website that looks exactly like this. But what if I told you that you don't need a massive budget, a 3D motion designer, or even an advanced coding skills to make one? So in this video, I'm going to show you my secret workflow to build an Apple level award-winning 3D website from absolute scratch entirely for free, using 3 crazy new AI tools. So grab your coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Now, if you have a laptop, you have an internet connection, you should be able to create this even if you don't have any coding skill, or even if you don't have any coding knowledge, you'll be able to create this from scratch. Hi, my name is Eric and I'm a digital portfolio manager and also an AI specialist. So my mission basically has been to help people to understand AI and also to make it accessible, and also show them that it's a lot easier for you to work with AI and do anything or achieve anything you want to achieve using AI. Most people get scared of fear of missing out, or most people get scared of thinking that AI is going to take over their jobs. But once you understand how to use AI and how AI thinks, you'll be able to use AI to your advantage, and you'll be able to stand out amongst the crowd. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how I was able to build this website, starting from the ideation and also creating the prompts, creating the script, creating everything that I needed for building this website. And I'll also show you the different AI tools that I use completely for free. So let's just get into it. So for us to be able to achieve this 3D website, we need 3 different tools to make everything a reality. So first of all, I would start from where I was able to build this from scratch. And let's look at the first tool we have in place. So first of all, you need to have a concept on what you want to create. You need to have an idea of what you want to, the kind of website you want to build. So that way you'll be able to prompt an AI to give you a detailed prompt on how to go about it, or how to even create the assets for the website you want to create. So what I did was that I came to Google AI Studio. So if you don't know, Google AI Studio is one of the products of Google. So just go to aistudio.google.com and you'll be able to get on this website. And when you click on the playground, you'll see the option for you to chat with it and also give it some details on what you want to achieve. So what I did was that I gave it this website, and I'll just show you what this website is all about. So this is the website. So this is my AI automation blueprint website, which I created as well. So it has different AI businesses that you can go into, or you can create and start running as a SaaS business. So what I did was I just copied the link of this website, and I go to Google AI Studio, and I gave it that link and asked it to help me go through this link and see if it could come up with an idea of a 3D website that I can create from this website. So what it did, it went through the website and it told me that it was unable to access the website link directly. So what I did was I had to take a screenshot of the entire website and I sent to it, and I said, okay, now I have a screenshot of it. Go through it and tell me what you think, or what kind of website that you think I can create as a 3D from this website. So it went through and it gave me some options on what I can create: AI-driven maintenance solution for machinery, AI power building virtual production trial and solution for jewelries and accessory brands. So it gave me different options that I think I'll be able to create a 3D website from it. But if you already have an idea of a 3D website that you want to create, then you can skip this part and not bother going through this process. But just because I didn't have any idea from scratch, I wanted AI to just help me come up with something better that I'll be able to create a 3D website on. So when it gave me that, I said okay, and I would out of all the options they gave me, I said okay, let's do this. Let's build AI powered data visualization, reporting tools. So I thought, okay, that should be an ideal for a 3D website, and I asked it to give me the prompt that I can use in creating that. So it gave me all the prompts for the assets that I need, because basically for this kind of website you need two different assets for you to be able to create the video and create the website, adding the video to it. So first of all, you need an assembled view of your assets, and also you need an exploded view of your assets. So the assembled view show them a single product, or show that product in a single form, and the exploded view showed it exploding, let me just show you. So basically this is the assembled view of this wristwatch. And if I scroll down, you'll see this is the exploded view of this wristwatch. So you need both assets to be able to create the video you use for this. Now, so once I was able to, once it gave me that, gave me the prompt for me to start creating this asset. So what I did was I had to go to another Google website, which is also called Google Flow. So I went to Google Flow. You can use any of the Google website. You can either use Nano Banana on Gemini, and you can also even use it on even AI, Google AI Studio as well, to create the images. And even if you have Whisk, you can also use Whisk as well. But because I already have Flow, I use Flow a lot, so it's a lot easier for me. And because I can also select up to like 4 different images to create on Flow, so it makes it a lot easier for me. So I'm using Flow for this example. So now, this is when I start creating the asset for the 3D dashboard. And so when I got to a point, I realized that this looks good, quite all right, but it might not really work for what I want to achieve, because I needed something that explodes and also comes together. But if I go with this dashboard, the problem might not look good if it's exploding. So I looked at it and I felt, yes, this all looked very good, but I don't think this actually meets the standard of what I want to do, the kind of website that I want to create. So I had to go back to AI Studio, and I had to tell it at this point to say, okay, so before this, let me just scroll up and you see, let's see. Okay, this is when I told it to build, I want us to build the AI Power Data Visualization. So let's look at the next chart I had with it. And okay, so I had to go back and say, okay, give me good prompt to create this image. That's a 3D isometric dark mode data dashboard. So it gave me the prompt for it, but even at that, I realized that this is not actually what I want. This is not, this will not give me the exact result of what I want to achieve creating a 3D website. So I told it that, okay, I think this 3D style would be best for product website like the luxury mechanical watch or smartwatch. So I said, please, let's go for the luxury mechanical watch or the smartwatch instead. And also give me the prompt to create the watch. So it acknowledges it and says, okay, this is perfect choice. And it gave me the entire prompt that I need to be able to create all the assets that I want for this website. So first, it gave me the prompt for the assembled watch and also gave me the prompt for the exploded watch as well. So I had to go back to Google Flow and I used this prompt to create this. This is when I created the assembled watch, and this is when I created the exploded watch. But I didn't see exactly what I wanted or what I liked, because basically, if you're creating this type of assets, you need both of them to look alike. You need to have like a basic, basically like a similar kind of product. If it goes from assembled to exploded, it should still look like the same product. So it shouldn't look different from each other. So that way, viewers would think that I'm using the same product for both. So when I scrolled and when I was looking at what was created, I didn't really see anything that I liked at the moment. So because basically, if you look at the creation, most of these wristwatches have 2 different buckles, and this does not look good, and this as well, which does not really tell well about how the wristwatch, how a normal wristwatch should look. So I kept on iterating to see if I could find something better, and eventually I saw this image and I felt like this looks very good because it shows all the explosion and also it shows all the exploded parts and also including the wristwatch that has been buckled, which looks good. So what I did, I tried to see if I could create something that looks like this for the assembled wristwatch. So I tried different prompts to see if I could get that, but I couldn't get exactly what I wanted that would look exactly like this, so I can use that for the assembled. So what I did was I took a screenshot of this image, or I downloaded this image, and I went back to Google AI Studio and I added the image to it, and I asked it to rewrite the prompts for the assembled wristwatch and making it match this exact wristwatch, so I can use that to create the wristwatch so it looks exactly like this exploded one. So it gave me that prompt, and I went back to iterate on it, and eventually I was able to get something that looks a bit similar this. So I was able to get this wristwatch that looks a bit similar to this already. So what I did was I had to download both assets. So after downloading both assets that I need and both images for the video, I had to go back to Google AI Studio to get a prompt to be able to create the video that brings both images together seamlessly and makes it look as if it was assembled and all of a sudden started exploding. So going back to Google AI Studio, I had to look at the prompt. Now this is a prompt for the animated video. So I copied this prompt and smoothly transitioned from the assembled luxury watch to the exploded component view. Slow motion professional internal tech showcase. So I took this prompt and I went back to Flow, and that's the reason why I used Flow for this project, because basically if you're using Flow, you have the option to use create a video. You also have the option to create images. But if you're using Whisk, or if you're using maybe AI Studio, you still have to come back to Google Flow for you to create this image, because I think at the moment Google Flow is just the only Google brand or Google product that gives you the option to add two images together and make them flow as one seamlessly. So when I went to the video option, I had the option to add this image. So if I go to this, instead of the text to video, so we select the option for frames to video. So when I selected this frame to video, I added the first frame being the assembled image of the wristwatch, the second frame being the exploded image of the wristwatch, and I imputed the prompt, which is this smooth transition from the assembled luxury watch to the exploded component view. So what I got was this, we created this video. So this is the video it created. So I selected the option to create two different variations, so I can pick from them and see which of them I would prefer. And this is the second variation of the video. So this doesn't really look good compared to what I wanted to do. Even though it's not so bad, but I didn't like the transition on how it was the screen twisted and all that. So I realized that this is a lot better, because this showed a seamless exploded view of the components of the wristwatch compared to the other one. So I had to go with this, and I eventually downloaded this. Now I have all my assets downloaded to create the website. The next thing I needed to do was to break this video into different frames, because you can't use a whole video uploaded. And this video was downloaded as 1080p resolution, which is very large as well for a website. So if you upload a video like this to your website, it definitely drags the speed and it makes the website run very slow. So you need to break it down into different frames or different images, so it makes it a lot easier for the website to seamlessly integrate the video without slowing down the speed of the website. So what I did next was I went to this website called easygif.com. So this is the website. So this is the website. You go to easygif.com and you'll be able to use this to convert your video to different frames. So what I did was selected the video to GIF and also to JPEG as well, because I needed to break it down into different images. So I selected them to JPEG. So what I did was I uploaded the video, selected 30 FPS, which is 30 frames per second. And so if you open it for the first time, you probably might see it at either 5 frames or 10 frames, but you need to select 30 frames per second, so it looks very good on your website. And I converted it to JPEG. So once you click on convert to JPEG, it starts breaking the video into different frames. So this is what exactly it does, into different frames, on how it started exploding, and you start seeing the explosion you start seeing the exploded components coming out of the wristwatch. So this is exactly what you need and what you get, different frames and all that. So at the end, I was able to get the entire frame of what I needed. So I just had to download frame as a zip folder, downloaded it on my computer. So after downloading the complete asset into your laptop, all you need to do is to move into the next step, which is the main coding itself. So I had to go back to Google AI Studio, and I had to look for the script for prompting the AI to vibe code and give me the website that I need to create. So this is the prompt it gave me, the master code prompt. Act as a world-class, award-level creative developer and brand experience director, specialized in ultra-premium web design. So basically, what I needed to do was to just copy this entire prompt, and I went to anti-gravity. I'll just put that up so you can see. So this is anti-gravity. So if you don't know about anti-gravity, it's one of the many different products from Google. So all you need to do is just to download it as a software on your laptop and install it. So if you go to Google anti-gravity, so this is Google anti-gravity. So all you need to do is just to download it on your machine, on your laptop. And if you're using Windows, download for Windows. And once you download, then you go ahead to install it on your laptop. So after installing it, you need to also have a file open. So once you open it for the first time, let me just open a new one so you see how it comes up. Once you open it for the first time, this is basically what you would see. This is what it will look like. So for this, you need to have a folder created for your assets. So before then, you'll have to go to your downloaded folder, and what you need to do, you'd have the luxury watch downloaded as GIF. So what you need to do is to create a folder. So this is where I created the folder for the luxury watch website. It was downloaded as a zip file, so I had to extract it and I moved it into this folder for anti-gravity to be able to have access to it as an asset. So what you need to do after then is to open the folder, go to your download or wherever the folder is saved, and you pick that particular folder. So if I click on this, so because I already have this anti-gravity working on this folder already, so you just open this particular page that I was already working on. So once it opens, you see the folder by the side. On the left side of it is where you prompt anti-gravity to tell it what you want to create and tell it exactly what you want it to iterate in the creation. So I'll just proceed. So what I did was that I had to copy that exact same prompt from Google AI Studio, and I pasted the prompt to it. So it's still the same prompt. And one other thing is that I selected the option to use Gemini 3.1 Pro. It always comes out with this option. So if you have not downloaded the recent version of anti-gravity, you won't be able to use the latest model from Google Gemini, which is the 3.1 Pro. So you need to download the latest version of anti-gravity for you to be able to do that. Or if you're just downloading anti-gravity now and installing it now, you should have that option to use the Gemini 3.1 Pro. But at the time of creating this website, I didn't have that option because I had not downloaded the uploaded version yet. So what I just went ahead to do is I had to use Claude Opus 4.6, which is a very good model as well to create, to vibe code the website. So I used that and I just asked it to proceed because I already given it the instruction I needed to create a website. So what it did was we went ahead and started creating the dependencies, started creating the files, started creating everything that I need for it to be able to vibe code that website to the exact taste of what I wanted. And after some few minutes, I think about 3 to 4 minutes, it was able to create the complete website, and it gave me the local link to run the website. So when I opened this website, I saw that there was an error on this website. So this was the error I got at first when I opened the website I gave me, and I came back to it. I took a screenshot of it and I gave it back to it and said I got this error attached when I ran the website or when I opened the website. So what it did, it went back and iterated on it and it fixed that error instantly. And after that, it was good, it was loading, and I saw the website, I saw the animation, everything was fine, but I still realized that there was still something I needed to do to make it a lot better. So I came back to it and I said, after the hero session, can you also create different cards for different watches and create different sections of the website? So basically, this is where you have to start giving it different prompt to iterate to make it a lot better, because what we're trying to build is more like the MVP. So if you're building an MVP, you should have like a working functionality on the website. You should have like in different tabs that works. You should have something that you can push into production that people can use at that point in time. I needed to go back and forth with it to make it a lot better. So I gave it this prompt to add some things, add some menu bars and all that, and then we created those things. I came back, I saw that okay, there was also it looks good, but there was still some improvement to be made, and I asked it again. This collection section does not look good. Everything is so packed together. So basically, what it created did not come out where I wanted it. So I had to go back to iterate. So that's the good thing about vibe coding. You need to first of all understand what you want to create, and if you like the look and feel, like the design, then you can go ahead to proceed with it. But if not, you can always stay prompted and ask it to add some new elements, or also to work on it to make it look a lot better compared to what you're expecting. So even at the point in time, I had to go back to Google AI Studio, and I had to take a screenshot of what the website looked at after my back and forth prompt with it. I had to take a screenshot of it, and I pasted it, and I said, this is a full screenshot of the website. The watch animation works well, but I don't think I like the section below the watch. So basically, I just told you that this is what I have so far. I don't think I like the way it looks. What do you suggest? How do you think I can improve on this? Because it's AI probably knows a whole lot better than us, and AI is smarter than us. So it will be able to give me, go through it and be able to critique it in a way that we can improve on it and make it a lot better. So what they did was I said, okay, you have a fantastic eye, you hit the nail on the head, so blah, 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 blah. And it went ahead to critique and gave me what we needed to do to improve on it. And also it gave me the prompt that I needed to give back to Anti-Gravity to work on it and make it a lot better. So what I did was I just copied the entire prompt and I went back to Anti-Gravity and I gave it that same prompt. I gave it the exact prompt it gave me, and this is the prompt I told you, okay, with this prompt, go and work on it and make it look better. So what it did was that with that prompt, it had to add some features and make it look a lot presentable. So that I got to this extent that I felt a bit satisfied, because looking at this, everything looks very fine, works very fine and all that. You can always see iterate on it. You can always go back and forth with it and ask it to still add some features. Like for instance, if you send this to client and client looks at it and say, okay, we still want to add some things on this page, why not add like an image, or why not just do add something different to it? So whatever your clients ask you back in return, or whatever your clients come back to you and say, okay, they want this added, or they want this or that thing added, all you need to do is just to go back to Anti-Gravity and just give it exactly what your clients want you to add to it, or just give it exactly what you want to add to it to make it a lot better or to improve on it, and Anti-Gravity will go ahead and make that a reality. So this is exactly how you build, or how I was able to build this 3D scrolling website, which looks very good. Now it is still running on my local host. If you see localhost 3000, if I want it to be pushed, if I want this to be completed like an MVP, I still need to push it to GitHub and also host it either on Vercel or Netlify. So for us to do that, I don't even have that skill to be able to create a repository on GitHub. So, but if you have that skill, you can go ahead and open up your GitHub account and create a repository, and also give it the link to the repository for you to be able to pull that for you. So, but what I do is that basically I ask the AI to do everything for me. So what I'll do now on this call, I'll just go ahead and tell it, I want you to push this code to GitHub so I can host it on Netlify. So you can either use Netlify or you can use Vercel to host it. But I just want to use Netlify because it's a lot easier for me to access than Vercel, but you can use any of them to host it. So now I just told it I wanted to push this code to GitHub so I can host it on Netlify. Then I'll just go ahead and just hit enter. So if you're asking it to do this for you for the first time, you basically need to give it access to your GitHub account, like your GitHub URL and also your GitHub, or maybe probably it might open up a page for you to log into GitHub, and with that you can connect to your GitHub account directly. But because of I've already been doing this in the past, so it has access already to my GitHub login and to my GitHub page. So what it will do basically, like I said, the Git repo is initialized, but it's tracking the entire downloads folder. So what it basically needs to do would be to create a GitHub repository for me. And once that repo has been created, it will be able to pull and to be able to push all the entire code to GitHub and save that on GitHub for me without me even doing that myself. So if you don't have that technical skill, or if you don't know how to use GitHub, just tell it to push it to GitHub. So basically, GitHub helps you to be able to host it on a different platform, because now at the moment it's saved on my local file, on my local disk on my laptop. So, but if I need to push it into production, I'll need to push it somewhere where a hosting platform will be able to pull it out from. So that's the reason why we're pushing it to GitHub first. So once it's updated on GitHub, then from Netlify or Vercel or any other hosting provider that you have will be able to pull that out from GitHub, and you'll be able to have a public link, a public URL that you can send to people for them to view it from anywhere. So at the moment, it's only viewable on my laptop. So, but I want people to be able to view it. I can send the link to anybody. Like if you're creating it for a client, you need to have a public domain, a public URL for you to be able to send to them. That way they can access it from anywhere. So now it's asking me to run or to reject. So you just can click on run. If we ask you to OK, you click on OK. Ask you to yes, you gives you the option, you select yes for it to proceed. So now it's doing that. fresh git repo initialized. Now let's add the file. So it has created the repo, and what you need to do next is to upload all the files to GitHub, and that will be a lot easier for us to move that from GitHub to Netlify or to Vercel or to any other hosting provider that you use. So let's allow it to run. Okay, so it has completed the push, and it says push code to GitHub. So it has completed the process. Your code is now on GitHub, and it also gave me the link for me to access the code. So once I click on this link, I'll be able to see that it has been pushed to GitHub, and let it just come up. So this is it, the Luxury 3D Watch website. So it was able to create a repo for me and push it to the website. So the next thing that I'll need to do would be to go to either Vercel or go to Netlify. Like I said, I want to use Netlify because it's a lot easier for me, and I've hosted some of the demo websites that I've created on Netlify, and which is free, by the way. You can either use Vercel or Netlify for free, but if you're going for other hosting provider, you might need to pay for hosting as well. So let me go to my Netlify account, and let me just pull that up. So this is Netlify. For the first time you logging in, you can create an account with Netlify, and you can, once you've logged into your account, you'll be able to see the option for you to create different projects, and you go to your projects. So when you go to your project, if you have projects already that you've added to Netlify, you'll see them here. If not, you have to create and add a new project. So click on new project, import an existing project, because I'm working with a project that has been created already. So I'll import an existing project. So it asks me, gives me different options. Where do I want to import this project from? Either from GitHub, from GitLab, from Bitbucket. So wherever you have the project saved. Now, because it's already on GitHub, so I just click on GitHub. And if you're doing this for the first time, it will ask you to log into your give you an option to log into your GitHub account, so you can log in, go through the authentication process and all that, then automatically it connects to your GitHub account and shows you all the different repos that you have. Now it gives me the option of the repos. So these are all the different projects or the different websites that I've created on my GitHub account. And I'll just scroll down, and this is what I'm looking for. This is the one that I want, that I just created, the Luxury 3D Watch. So I'll select this. So once selected, it gives you the option to enter the name of the project. So I'll just call it Luxury, the same name, Luxury 3D Watch. So if that name is available, you select, you see it sits in green, and you can select, you can proceed with it. But if it's not available, it will be in red, and you have to change and look for a different name. So with that, we've created our own custom domain, even though it still has the .netlify.app, but it's still fine so long it's free. So we can just use that as the starting point. So the next thing will be to scroll down, deploy the website. So once you click on that, you give it some time for it to deploy your project, and you'll see project deploy in progress, and you give it some time for it to gather all the file, upload everything from GitHub, and once that is done, it will turn to green, and you'll be able to view your website on a public URL, which will be easier for you to send to client or to send to anybody for them to view and see what you have created. So let's just give it some time and allow it to pull all the information, all the data from GitHub. And once that is done, then we'll be able to preview the website and see how it looks on a public URL. So it has finished pulling all the file and everything from GitHub, and you can see it's now green, which means that our website is now live on this URL. So what you need to do, just to click on this, and it takes you to the working website, and you see what it looks like. So now this website is on public domain or on public URL, which you can send or share with anybody, and they can look at it from anywhere, and they'll be able to see exactly what you have designed. And let's see if everything is still intact, if everything is still working. So it seems like it's still very much intact, and the pages, the sections, the cards, they all still look very good, and everything still looks perfect. So that is what we have. So this is it. Everything looks perfectly fine, and the website has gone public from a local domain to a public domain, which you can share. And now if let's say you need to make some changes, and let's say you send this to a client and they went through it and they like the website, and they also wanted to add some addition or make some feature changes. And let's just say if I need to, okay, let's just see I want to create a different site icon on this website. I can just go back to anti-gravity, and I'll ask it to please create a different site icon that matches the website style, and also push the changes to GitHub. So basically, I just told it to create a new site icon that matches the style of the website. And after that, you have to let it know that it needs to push it to GitHub as well. Because once the changes have been made, you'll still have it on your local file. But you have to, first of all, you have to push it to GitHub to update the changes on GitHub. And once that has been updated, once the changes have been made and updated to GitHub, then Netlify or Vercel will be able to pull that changes automatically from GitHub and install it or add it to your website. So it's just like once the changes is completed and it's pushed to GitHub or is saved to GitHub, then GitHub communicates to Netlify or to any other hosting provider, letting it know that there've been an update, there've been a change. And once they understand that, they pull that changes as well and they add it to the updated or to the live website. So automatically it updates, you don't have to even do anything about it. So I just go back to the website, just refresh, and let's see. So now I've refreshed and you can see the site icon has been updated. So it has been changed from the old one to the new one. And if you want to go back and forth with some update or changes, let's say your client said they want something else, or they want to add a different logo, or they want to just go back to Google Anti-Gravity and just tell them that this is what you want, or you want to make these changes, or you want them to make this update or change something on the website. And once they do that, they automatically push that to GitHub. Okay, so this is the tutorial on how to do this and get this up and running and get this into production. You can always iterate and make it a lot better. And if you have not subscribed yet, I wonder what you're waiting for. Please hit the subscribe button and make sure you like this video. On this note, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.